Hello, my fellow awakening souls. I hope you all have been well despite the state of the world. So today I wanted to take you guys on a quick grocery shopping trip. I wanted to go over my budget and see if it maybe help any of you guys who are having a bit of trouble or challenge with being plant-based or vegan and still finding affordable meals to meal prep to kind of extend that budget that you may have. Now, I don't know about you guys, but lately me and my husband been doing some reflecting lately, and as the prices of groceries have steadily been increasing in our country, you know, we feel like we're at the store every 2 to 3 days, and we don't have kids. It's just the two of us, and we are not heavy eaters. So we're like, where is the food going? Or some of the items that we're used to buying, it feels like they're giving us less and less of that healthier item, but at a higher price, and therefore making us be right back at the store. So here's what we did. The first tip I'll give you guys is, I am not sponsored by them, but I do think it's crucial, if you can, to pay the $70 one time a year and then just invest in a Costco's membership if you're in the US. And that reason being is that Costco, because of how their situation is set up with their manufacturers, they're able to provide more at a lower price versus you paying higher for lesser items and you're back at the store every other week for certain things. For example, for those of you who may be vegan or plant-based and you're eating tofu, I know there's a lot of controversy behind it, but to each his own. If you're eating tofu, Costco, you can get like 6 or 7 things, a box of tofu for I think $7. Or around that ballpark, whereas that same $7 is what you pay for one box of tofu at certain stores like Whole Foods or other stores. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Whole Foods because Whole Foods is not perfect. It's still got certain vegan and plant-based options that do have additives and certain toxic things in it. We do our best to avoid those, but it also does serve more vegan, plant-based, non-toxic, no additives products than any other stores. If you want to buy your staples, your bulk items that's non-toxic, no additives, but still you needed to cook to eat certain things, Costco's is your best bet to get more for your money. And then the other stores is where you want to buy your specialty items or your fruits or your produce. Now, personally for me, I don't really buy produce from Costco's unless it says organic, non-GMO, or things of that nature, which sometimes it doesn't. So really, I prefer to go to places like Aldi's, but even then, as times progress, I feel like the more health conscious we all get, the more they try to buy these smaller companies and make it toxic, but we will not give up, we will not give in, we will continue to strive to be at our best, to show up as our best and to be healthy. I think what's been the problem too is that me and him would go over our budget because we would cook specialty meals. Like certain meals that I'll see on Instagram or TikTok that looks fun, that looks really delicious. It's not a meal prep type of meal, but one of those meals that you cook on a Saturday or Sunday, and I'll find myself trying to make that for the week, and then I'm overspending because the type of meal it is, it costs way more money. So what we're gonna do moving forward now is to stick to the meal prep, stick to the plan. Usually when we fail, whether this is in business or when it comes to your meal prepping, your budgets or anything, we usually fail or we usually get off track when we deviate from the plan. So we're gonna stick to the plan. We're gonna meal prep this for the next couple weeks.
3 days later.
This is why we go over our budget. Don't go outside of the budget unless we absolutely have extra and we kind of want something else that, you know, isn't on here.
That's suspicious.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's weird.
So the budget we have for the month with us, since we are 2-income household, is $400. Now, some of you may not be a multiple income household, and so I will try to do another video of this with an even smaller budget because I know times are quite challenging right now, but we're not gonna let our current conditions determine our life, okay? We're gonna still strive to be our best selves, and we're gonna do the things we need to do to build the abundance and wealth lifestyle that we want to live, right? Or that we are living. We do not want to spend the entire budget in one day. We found that when we do that, we end up going over our budget. I recommend trying to budget and split it in half or split it in threes or whatever to see if it could last you the entire month on a week by week or bi-weekly basis for what you need. So basically, we're gonna be picking up items like oats, quinoa, rice, lentils, black beans, chickpeas, tofu, frozen fruit, bell pepper, spinach, kale, Caesar, sweet potato, carrots, onions, avocados. I may get mandarins, plums, grapes, or whatever fruit I feel like I'm in the mood for and that they have in season, right? And we always opt for seeded fruits. Now bananas, seeded banana is kind of difficult to come by in my area, but in your area, if you are able to find seeded banana, please do so. So let's go to the store, let's do some shopping, and then I'll show you some of the meals that we can create with our grocery list, and we'll go from there. As I'm on my way to Aldi's, even though I had to do a U-turn because if you're anything like me, anytime you happen to have to go to Aldi's, you forget your Aldi's bags at home and you don't happen to have a quarter either. But anyways, I wanted to get you guys' honest opinion about something, and I want you to leave some comments below. Does my content confuse you guys? Like, I feel like, or I see myself to be a multifaceted person, and currently in my life, I am interested in so many different things and so many different topics, learning different skills. And I don't want to be confined into this one little box. And I don't know if it's getting confusing. You know, some people say you want to pick a niche and stay in there, but I feel like they're saying pick a box and stay in it when life is about growth. Life is about evolving and improving. And there's so much to do, so much to see, so much to be. And it's like, I don't want to be in this one little box. I want my target audience to not be confused about who I am, you know, and what I stand for. And so I just really want to know, are you guys honestly confused about the type of content I post, or about what I'm about? But anyways, let me get back to driving so I can concentrate on that. You want to make sure you're always reading your labels, because sometimes even if you scan it on Yuka and it comes back clean, it may have ingredients like canola oil or other things in there that you may not think is bad, but it's actually not healthy for you. Now, the next stop is Walmart because I have to make a quick return before we go to Costco's. But I wanted to return my Camilla Rose products that I bought. And the reason being is that while I am transitioning over to a more holistic way of life, it is a process. And like any transition, you start off slowly. So I haven't gotten to the point of making my own shampoo and like hair products yet, because I haven't been able to get it to that consistency that I like Camilla Rose or Shea or even Mayel. I want it to be that consistency, but be healthy. A lot of the cosmetic products that we use cause hormone issues, endocrine disruptions, amongst different things, carcinogenics, aka cancer, a lot of different issues, even neurotoxicity. While you do want to live your best life, I also think it's about the quality of life. So if you have the means and the ability to be as healthy as you can be and get the products that are more healthier for you, I personally feel like you should do so. And if you don't want to buy products, then buy the natural things that you need to make your own. And realize that no matter what your dietary preference is or lifestyle is, even if you're vegan, vegetarian, plant-based, a person who eats meat, whatever, even vegan products or vegetarian products or plant-based products still can contain harmful or toxic additives or chemicals. So it really doesn't matter what your dietary preferences or lifestyle is. Ultimately, we all need to be careful of what we're putting in and on our bodies. Because at this point, even if it's labeled vegan, it still can have the same effects as a non-vegan product. It still can have the same additives as a non-vegan product. So no matter what your dietary lifestyle is, no matter what your choices is, you still want to opt for non-toxic products, clean products, you know. And then I know as time progresses, it seems like it's getting harder and harder to do that, but we're always able to overcome our challenges so long as we push through to do so. Now, Mayel happens to have, I'm probably going to say this wrong, but I'm going to just put the name. She has this in her products, and that is an endocrine disruptor. So it can disrupt your endocrine system or your hormones. And in the EU, it is heavily regulated, but it is not in the US. And the thing about that is, if it's not regulated in our country, how do we know they're not putting excessive amounts of this in there? We don't. So why chance it? So I'm gonna just return these, and I'm gonna stick with Shea Moisture until I make my own products. I know some people said they haven't been able to work with Shea Moisture for their hair, but so far it's been fine for mine, and they don't have this type of chemical in there. The most that I've found in the Shea Moisture products that I use that can be a problem is if you have a certain allergen, or it can cause certain allergens to certain things. But that's with excessive use, and I don't. It's not like I'm lathering over my whole body. So I just be careful of how much I use the product, and I just be careful of which products I use or buy from them. Like with any brand, just check what's in it, check what it causes, and if it's nothing too toxic and you're in your transition phase, I personally don't see an issue with using it for the time being until you can afford or find something or make something that's cleaner. All right, guys, so this is all the shopping I'm doing for today. Some of the things that were on the grocery list I happen to have at home, so I do get to save a little bit of money. Now, while this doesn't look like much, it actually is. Most of this is going to be being used for a soup I'm making, and then like this is going to be for more so breakfast items. I'm making an immune booster juice. And like I said, some of the items that I needed, I have at home. I can use what I have. So you want to make sure you're always checking to make sure that you don't overbuy or double buy. Some things that you may think you need, you actually have in the pantry. I do have a few more items on the list that I need to get. But for the time being, since I have other arrangements today, I'm going to be going to probably at least 2 more other stores to get some things I need before I make the final products for all of these things. But as of today, this is a wrap. I'll see you guys in the next shot. Grand Rising, guys. Another beautiful Saturday in October. So, like I said yesterday, I was tired, but today I'm feeling rejuvenated and ready to go shopping. So today we're going to be going back to the store to pick up a few more items that I need for the meal prep this week. Now, I do want to say normally I do my grocery shopping all in one day, which is either on a Saturday rising or a Sunday rising. But this week, and pretty much last week, has kind of been a little hectic to me. I'm trying to get everything back in order. But without further ado, let's go. This is why we go over our budget, because we end up having my husband here who picks up other stuff that we don't really need. Although I can't say this came back as 100 out of 100. It's matcha green tea, but you can't help but over shop at Whole Foods because you get so much. I mean, I know you can't help but shop at Costco's because you get so much more for your money. So we may or may not. Well, I mean, our budget was what, $100 for the week, an extra $50 if we wanted any extra stuff. So let's see if we'll still stay in budget with the extra things he didn't pick up. To people like yourself.
I'm paying for it.
David, tell the people why you stealing.
I don't steal. Stop trying to incriminate me on the camera.
You don't like it?
Bruh.
And that with his own money, because that face said everything at this point.
Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Yeah. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route.